yoga and breathing. Hey guys, all good? When we talk about yoga, many people first think of movement, maybe acrobatic and really flexible people, of stretching, strange and postures. But at its core, yoga does not begin with a pose. Nope, it begins with a breath. Breathing is the first thing we do when we are born and come on this beautiful world, and the last thing when we left it, when we let go of all. And yet, most people breathe their entire lives without ever truly paying attention to their breath. In yoga, this is different. Yoga knows many different breathing techniques, called pranayama in Sanskrit. And a common question often arises, why so many? Isn't it enough to simply breathe in and out deeply, just inhale and exhale? The short answer is nope, because breath is not just air. Breath is regulation, breath is energy, breath is communication between body and mind. The breath reacts to our inner state. When we are stressed, it becomes shallow. When we are afraid, it may stop or become irregular. When we are relaxed, it becomes calm. In yoga, we consciously reverse this relationship. We do not wait for the mind to calm down first so the breath can follow. No, we use the breath to influence the mind. This is exactly why there are so many breathing techniques. They serve different purposes. Some breathing patterns calm us down, others activate us. Some collect energy, others distribute it. And some help us become more aware of what is actually happening inside us. An important aspect is the nervous system. Our autonomic nervous system consists in simple terms of two main parts. The sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for activation, performance, awareness, and reaction. And the parasympathetic nervous system, which supports rest, recovery, and relaxation. The breath is one of the few functions in the body that we can control both automatically and consciously, and this is where its power lies. Long, slow exhalations send a sign to the body that there is no danger. The parasympathetic nervous system is activated. The heart rate slows down, muscles release tension, thoughts become quieter. A stronger focus on the inhalation, a faster rhythm, or powerful breathing techniques, on the other hand, activates the system. They wake us up, let's say like that. They increase tone and awareness. They can be helpful when we feel tired, heavy, or internally blocked. This is why no breathing technique is good or bad in itself. It is simply appropriate or inappropriate for a given moment. Another reason for the variety of breathing techniques is the connection between breath and movement. Different yoga postures change the space within the body. In forward bendings or folds, the abdominal area is compressed. This often supports a calmer, more inward-directed breath or exhalation. In back bends, the chest opens, you have space to inhale. Here, the breath often flows more naturally upward into the lungs and the heart space. In dynamic yoga styles such as Vinyasa or Ashtanga, Ujjayi breathing, so the hero breath, is commonly used. This lightly audible, ocean-like, let's call it like that, breath helps slow and deepen the breath and structure movement. It creates stability and focus while also generating heat in the body. And you can synchronize your breath and the movement perfectly. In calmer styles such as Hatha Yoga or Yin Yoga, more observing forms of breathing are often practiced. Here the breath is not manipulated, but simply noticed. You be the observer, you watch him. This can be surprisingly challenging. When we do not try to change anything, we often become aware of how restless the breath actually can be. More actively controlled breathing techniques such as Kapalabhati or Bhastrika work consciously with range and rhythm. Kapalabhati, for example, is a cleansing and activating technique. The exhalation is short and forceful, while the inhalation happens passively. This type of breathing can mobilize energy, stimulate the metabolism, and sharpen the mind. At the same time, this is where caution is important, so pay attention. These techniques are not suitable for everyone. People with high blood pressure, heart conditions during pregnancy, or with strong inner agitation should avoid Kapalabhati or practice it only in a very gentle, adapted way. Ideally, these techniques are learned under the guidance of an experienced teacher. The same applies to breath retention, known as kumbhaka. Breath holds can be very powerful. They gather energy, train concentration, and can lead to deep inner states. At the same time, they carry risk if practiced without preparation or out of ambition. Breath retention should always be practiced with professional guidance, especially when it goes beyond short natural pauses. A very accessible and safe technique for many people is abdominal breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. It uses the full lungs capacity and has a calming effect on the nervous system. It is ideal for stress, anxiety, or exhaustion. At the same time, many adults find it difficult because we have learned in every day to breathe shallowly into the chest. Alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana, is another classic pranayama technique with a balancing effect. It calms the mind, supports concentration, and helps harmonize the nervous system. It is well suited at the end of a practice, before meditation, or in the evening. In cases of acute nasal congestion or severe shortness of breath, however, it should be modified or just skipped. It is also important to understand that pranayama is not just a technique. It is a pathway from the body to the mind. Through the breath, we make unconscious pattern visible. Control, restlessness, performance pressure, or at times the ability to let go. Some breathing exercises feel uncomfortable, not because they are totally wrong, but because they confront us with something. Still, one principle always applies. The breath should never ever be forced. Pressure is not progress. Breathwork is not a competition. A good guideline is this: the breath should remain clear, controlled, and free. Dizziness, tightness, panic, or strong discomfort are signs that a technique is not suitable or too intense. The diversity of breathing techniques in yoga is therefore not an end in itself. It is an invitation to become more discerning. Instead of doing the same thing all the time, we learn to feel, what do I need right now? Calming or activation? Gathering or expansion? Structure or just letting go? Yoga is not a fixed system. It is a kind of toolbox. And the breath is one of the finest tools within it. When we use it consciously, not only does our practice change, but so does our everyday, our reactions, our clarity. In the end, it is not about breathing perfectly, it is about breathing honestly. Presence does not arise from technique, but from awareness. And this is exactly where yoga begins. I hope this helps explain why breathing is so incredibly important in yoga. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And thanks for listening. I would appreciate it from the bottom of my heart if you leave a thumbs up if you liked it. And see you soon. See you around.